Meditation. I get asked on a daily basis in my readings how to meditate. And although people have their own ways of meditation, and sometimes we don't realize it, it's just that drifting off. A lot of misconception about meditation is some people find that they're supposed to sit in meditation and just constantly try to think about nothing. It's impossible. Meditation is all about sitting, having the intention of the worries of the day, of the week, of what's ahead, we release, and just sitting in the present moment. I'm going to have a chat about how to sit and try and learn how to meditate and then try to call your guides in. And for those of you who are just beginning, who just want to use meditation as a tool to learn how to balance your emotions, then that's okay. But for those who want to progress, then that's when you set intentions of how to call in your guides. And your guides are what we call our spirit guides, our guardian angels. They're the spirits that are continuously around you from the day and hour that you're born, hoping and praying that you will ask for their help. They've been signed to you in this lifetime. They're not allowed to interfere in your life unless you ask for their help. A lot of people say they're used to drifting off and they meditate through going for a walk or doing the dishes or painting a picture, and they're all skills and tools that we can just to not think about the day ahead, just to zone out, as I call it. But for those of you that want to sit and practice in meditation to balance and regulate emotions. For some people, they start off by lying down. They stick a nice melody on in the background. I usually recommend some form of Hertz music. I will come to that afterwards, but I always say choose something that's relaxing to you. Everybody has got their own personal key of what is relaxing to them. And it's just taking moments out of your day, your evening, to make an effort to just get in contact with your soul. And what I mean by that is just taking time out and sitting in the peace. For those of you who just want to connect with your soul and find those moments, I always say find somewhere where you want to lie down, where you want to sit, where you're comfortable, and just concentrate on your breathing work. And it's releasing those feelings and those thoughts. And this comes with practice. And some people start off with a few moments and they progress through time. And for those of you who want to use this for your spiritual journey, again, it's practice, but it's learning how to sit in the still. And it's all about breath work. And breath work alone has been scientifically proven to benefit our nervous system. But for anyone wanting to sit within meditation and call in their guides, it's all intention. And my advice would be to get a comfortable chair and sit and ground your feet. Tell people all the time, do not lie down. You end up falling asleep. And it's great that you can get that relaxed. But for anyone sitting in meditation, wanting to call in their spirit guides and their spirit team, I recommend sitting on a comfy seat and balancing those feet on the floor, connecting your feet with the floor. I always say to turn your hands upside down. We have senses and eyes on our hands and our feet. And you're setting an intention into the spirit world that you're open for a connection. Some people will sit for days and weeks on end and feel that they're not getting anything, and I say consistency and keep going. You might start off where you can only sit in for 5 minutes, and maybe you will be able to sit a lot longer. But again, it's consistency and it's practice. When you get seated, and I always say have a nice wee stretch before you sit, and I say sit in your seat because then, and be aware of the quiet room. Find a place in your home or your workspace or somewhere. Sometimes people go to a nice beautiful forest where it's quiet. But sit and ground your feet. Put your palms on your hands and set an intention to your guides. that you want them to connect. Some people might not get something for a long time. Some people might get colours, visions, clairvoyance. Some people might get feelings along their face. I say sometimes this goes with little slight tickles. Some people get hearing. And no, it's not someone sitting screaming in your ear. It's just the wee whispers of sound. Sometimes this can be your higher self, and sometimes this can be your guides. But I'm going to go more into the clairs. I want to concentrate more on just sitting and learning how to meditate. So a quiet space, somewhere for you to go. The intention to release all worries and fears and doubts of the day or the week ahead or what has been. It is learning to sit within the present moment. Find some form of music in the background that's going to help you relax, whatever is suited to you. I always say close your eyes and start your breath work. Take big deep breaths in from the pit of your stomach the whole way up through your nose. Really take those deep breaths in and hold it for 4. Some people are 3, some people are 5. This is where we're not going to get specific, but I say take that big deep breath in from the pit of your soul through your nostrils, slowly up for 4, and lightly press it against your pineal gland and hold for 4, and then lightly and slowly after 4 breathe out. The 4, 4, 4 continues to connect with your breath work and concentrate. In for 4, hold for 4, release for 4. And you will find that after a while, your body will just start naturally going to its own rhythm. And you will start to learn that this is starting to relax you. And if this is all you can do for the first few times, or maybe the first few weeks that you're learning how to meditate, that is amazing, because you're setting an intention that you're connecting to your soul. You are putting in that work to sit and start to balance yourself out. I say after a while, then you start to set in intentions that you want your spirit team to connect with you. We'll go into the clairs after. Sometimes you might feel brushes. But this, the purpose in this, is when you're sitting in a relaxed state, in a quiet moment, you are picking up on energy. Again, being aware of what is in your aura and in your space. And this is dedication, and this is practice. So, you're going to take a moment. You're going to find a quiet space. You're going to stick on some melody, some Hertz music. Some people go with Hertz music, some people go with Tibetan healing. It's whatever suits you. But something lightly on in the background that can help you relax, so you can take these big deep breaths in through the nose, hold and release. Feet grounded on the floor and palms of hands. And I always say slightly on your lap. You're setting an intention that you're welcoming that energy in. And you're concentrating on your breath work. When you started to master sitting in that energy with your breath work and learning how to be able to sit and relax, I want you to then start to set an intention of balancing out your chakras. I want you to set intentions that you are going through all of your chakras and balancing them out. And how we're going to do this, and this is where everybody's going to be slightly different, because certain people are going to see things, certain people are going to feel things, certain people might not get anything for a long while, and everything is okay to you. But it's all about setting the intention. I want you to imagine, so we're going to go from root to crown. I want you to imagine that your root chakra, that beautiful ball of red, that root chakra, I want you to imagine that you have a big ball of red light in your hand. I want you to set an intention in your mind to your guides that you have that big ball above your mind, above your head, and you're setting an intention that that beautiful red light is getting absorbed through your body until it settles in the roots. And while you're imagining this big red ball of light going through your whole crown, through your body, I want you to set an intention to ask your guides to cleanse this chakra. Cleanse and balance. I want you to take a few moments doing this, because through time you will realize you will start to see these colors. I want you to go to the next one, which is your sacral chakra, and I want you to imagine then you have a big ball of orange light in your hands. And whether you get to see this or not through your pineal gland, I want you to set an intention that I have my sacral chakra, big ball of orange light in my hands, and I'm placing it above my crown, and while this sacral chakra is absorbing through my crown, through my body, to where the positioning of where my sacral chakra is, I want you to set an intention that you're asking your angels and your guides to balance and cleanse this chakra. I want you then to take your solar plexus, this big ball of yellow light, and I want you to place it above your crown. I want you to imagine that your solar plexus is above your crown, and I want you to imagine that this big yellow ball of light is absorbing through your crown, and as it goes through your body to place where the solar plexus sits, I want you to set an intention to your guides and your angels that this chakra is balanced and cleansed. Do you see where we're going with this? And people ask me why I get people, and you will continue to do. So your heart, you will imagine a green ball again through the crown, and as it goes to where the heart place sits, you're going to set an intention to your angels that it's balanced and cleansed. Again, with your throat chakra, imagine a blue ball above your crown. You're going to put it above your head, and as it sets into the throat chakra position, you're going to ask your guides to balance and cleanse this chakra. Again, with your third eye, the purple, our crown, the violet. People ask me why I do this. Because you're setting intentions, that you're asking the spirit world, the universe, to help balance your power pack, your system. But there's another reason why I get people to do this. Because as you're setting these intentions, you are sitting visually trying to see. And the more you try to visually see, and when you put pressure against your pineal gland, it's not to try and explode it out. It's to lightly, while doing your breath work, imagine this, and through time, you will start to see certain colors. And some of these colors might come to you while you're doing this, and some of them won't. And these will be telling you things that I will explain later on down the line without trying to confuse you too much. But I want this to be a daily practice. When you get to your violet light, your crown chakra, I want you then, if you're trying to open up to meditation, I want you to set an intention to your spirit world that you allow these chakras all to be opened up. You're setting an intention that you're open up your aura to the spirit world to connect to them. You're asking your spirit team to raise your vibration. Your spirit guides, your spirit team, it's a different dimension, it's a higher vibration. We have to ask our spirit team to meet us and for us vibration to be raised to connect So you set an intention. I open up my chakras. I want to connect with the spirit world. You're asking them for help. When you are finished meditation, I want you to set an intention that you're closing your chakras down, and that you then have a big white ball of pure light. And when you put this above your crown chakra, that you imagine a big white line coming from that ball of white light and going through all these chakras and grounding you and closing you back down. So you're not running about completely open to the spirit world 24/7. So, steps. Find your own safe space. Find your own safe space. Put on a low melody that's going to help you be able to release, let go, and sit in the present moment. Sit with your feet grounded on the floor. Do your breath work. Concentrate. If your mind keeps flicking away, concentrate on your breath work until it finds its own rhythm. And start to go through your chakras, asking your guides to balance and cleanse them. Open your chakras up. Ask yourself to connect with your spirit team. Ask your spirit team to meet you. And when you're finished, close them down with that beautiful white light. All intention. And in those moments of meditation, the consistent you are, you will start to realize your clairs opening up and what you're prominent on. Because we all have ability to all the clairs, but certain people are prominent to one firstly. So give this a go before we progress on to more. You will be amazed of what you start to feel and see, or wee whispers about what you hear.